Okay, welcome back, guys. This is Icy Cup Railcoon here for Root Gaming's YouTube page at youtube.com/rootgaming. Also visit our website at root-gaming.com. Register on our forums, go post. There's most of our team posts there, so if you want to, just go talk to the guys from Root Gaming, pick their brains, ask them questions. Really, just go register on our forums, check it out. Got a lot of replays on our site as well. So we are going to see Catz as the yellow Zerg at 3 o'clock against Ryan as the pink Protoss at 9 o'clock. So cross positions on the Lost Temple. I believe this was just a practice game. I'm not entirely sure. But, PvZ on Lost Temple cross positions. It's going to be a bit tougher for Ryan to put some early pressure on Catz with his gateways. So he is going to have a bit safer expansion early on. He'll be able to pump more drones, be able to attack a little bit faster. So this is definitely going to be favoring Catz early on. He'll be able to do his build a little bit more smoothly. Ryan's not going to be able to put as much pressure on him. So he's going to have to be careful about how he executes his early game build. Saving up his chrono boosts for these zealots. Looks like he's going to go 10 gate. Double 10 gate? Really? Yep, there we go. Double 10 gate. And basically what this does is it says if you hatch, it's going to die. Catz is going to have to wait a while before he hatches. And it looks like he's actually going to hatch first. So this could be pretty bad for Catz. And I say it could be when it will be. As double 10 gate with saving up chrono boosts, it's pretty much the hard counter to 14 hatch, even in cross positions. There's no real way for Catz to hold this off, as his spawning pool is going to be pretty late in comparison to these zealots. First zealot is being chrono boosted. It's going to be over here pretty soon, and the spawning pool isn't even half done yet. So really good opening here by Ryan, going double 10 gate. It's a little bit of a less economic build here, but what it does is if you are able to kill the hatchery of the Zerg player, even though you cut probes to do this build, you're going to be in just an amazingly good economic position. So Ryan's going to scout, go move up the ramp. He's going to see, oh wow, you went hatch first. LOL. And Catz notices the double gate, and he's like, crap. He knows that he's in trouble at this point. He might even just want to cancel the hatch before it finishes. He is going to be using the hatchery as somewhat of a buffer here to delay his opponent. So he is actually going to let it finish. Spawning pool finishes and he's going to start making a ton of Zerglings. But look at Ryan walling off the ramp with 2 pylons. Very nice move there. He's going to start chopping at the spine crawler. And really, Catz is not really going to be able to defend this. Ryan placed his pylons wrong, so that he was not able to wall it. That is a huge mistake. Catz might actually have a chance of holding this off, but probably not. Hatchery's going to go down. Queen might actually get out because of that delay there, but it does not look like it. He's going to move in and use the Broodlings with the Zerglings and try and kill the Zealots, but he doesn't really kill any of those, and Catz is looking like he's in a decent amount of trouble, as Ryan's going to keep making Zealots, keeping up the pressure on him. Might even be able to get Zealots on the ramp to wall it off. He has his forge up, so we should see a Nexus pretty soon from him. If you look at the worker count, Catz is ahead for now, but Ryan should pass him pretty soon. Killing that Nexus is a pretty big hit, but you have to transition out of it correctly. Really like to see players keep up the pressure afterwards. Dropping this cannon really needs to get his Nexus up somewhat soon. But he is going to drop 2 cannons first. So Catz is just going to rebuild his hatchery and start breaking the rocks. The high yield might just double expand. And if Ryan doesn't put any more pressure on him and just lets Catz do this, then this could be pretty bad for him, as he'll just be right back in the game after losing his hatchery, which normally he shouldn't be. So Catz has quite a lot of resources saved up. Looks like he is going to save up, try and drop a hatchery at the high yield, but he's going to have to come back and defend against these 3 Zealots. He does look like he has enough Zerglings to hold this off. A couple more coming down to help support. Ryan microing around the hatchery, but he's going to get surrounded by the Zerglings and lose these Zealots pretty quickly. So Catz, hopefully he's going to drop the rest of those rocks. Oh, nice micro by Ryan, almost getting the Zealots out, but he does just barely lose that Zealot. He does just start his Nexus. That does seem rather late of a Nexus at this point. Dropping a Cybernetics core, maybe, to start teching. So Catz gonna break the rest of the rocks here with the help of a drone as well, because he lost a bunch of Zerglings and having to defend. Got his natural up and running. Gonna have the high yield on the way. So if Ryan sits back for too long on this build, which you kind of have to at this point in the game as Protoss, then Catz might actually get back into this game. Gonna have to find out how Ryan transitions out of this. His Cybernetics core is finishing. Doesn't have his gas up immediately, so his tech is going to be a little bit delayed. Looks like Catz actually is going to be able to work his way back into the game, produce a bunch of drones, get ahead of Ryan in the economic game. He's behind by about 12 drones at the moment, but he's got 2 hatches with a queen at both, a third queen getting ready to spread some creep and then move over to the high yield once it finishes. So, you know, Catz dropping spine crawlers, probably move the spine crawlers up in the middle of the map to defend his natural and the high yield, and then just get way ahead in income as we hit the mid game. So Ryan's just researching warp gates. No sign of a robotics facility, which hopefully he will drop soon, or just a lot of gateways. He's adding 1 extra gateway. Doesn't really have a ton of workers. He's sitting at a pretty good place income-wise, but needs to keep pumping these probes, getting his income increasing. I thought I closed this. And yeah, Ryan's just sitting back. He's going to have a hard time moving out anytime soon off of this low gateway count with no robotics facility. So Catz dropping an evolution chamber ×2. His high yield just finishes, so we should see him transfer his queen and a bunch of drones over in that direction for just a huge spike in income. Spreading that creep out in the middle of the map. Probably see him uproot these spine crawlers once it's there. And waiting for him to go to layer, actually, because it does seem like it's a little bit delayed. Catz does the thing that I do all the time, where you reset the rally point on your hatchery, an accident. So he has a couple of idle drones. It happens. As Ryan's starting to produce an army, but I'm not sure how much pressure he's actually going to be able to put on Catz here. It's a little bit unfortunate for him, as he did start off to a really good start with that double 10 gate killing the hatchery, but he just didn't quite transition out of it properly. So Catz was able to work his way back into this game. Layer is in progress at the same time as the robotics facility. So Ryan's going to be working on 4-gate robo, which isn't really the best build unless he's going straight to Colossus, which again will mean that he's sitting back letting Catz macro while he's taking to Colossus. He doesn't really have a very big ground force here. If you look at the army counts, he's ahead by about 18 food, but some of that is still workers, as Catz hasn't had a chance to really pump drones. But with the extra base being the high yields, Catz is going to catch up in income and possibly pass him pretty soon. Actually, he's actually way ahead. I had the colors switched. Catz is ahead in resources, income, and army count. So at this point, Ryan's having a tough time. He does go straight into Colossus tech, but Catz has his Spire on the way. He's going to be anticipating this Colossus, probably get a bunch of Corruptors out. With his income, he might even be able to get double gas up at the high yield and just mass Mutalisks as a counter to both the Warp Gate units and the Colossus. Ryan's going to try and take his high yield, but I don't think I'm not sure if he's really going to be able to secure it. This Catz is probably going to be looking to move out with his ground force somewhat soon. 1-1 upgrade is going to be finishing for Catz in a moment. And as the players are still just teching, I'm going to pause and split the VODs. It is a little bit early again, but it is, at the timing of this replay, it is probably